Hi, and welcome to your equine education video. Today we're going to talk about conformation. Conformation is super important as it's indicative of future soundness issues. If your horse has super crooked legs or uneven body, these are things that could pop up as you progress in your training with your horse and can lead to soundness issues, which means you might not be able to ride. So conformation isn't everything. Some horses with not amazing conformation go on to lead great full careers, but it's something to just be mindful of when you're shopping for your next horse. So we are going to use Stoli here for our demo horse. So when people think of conformation, the first thing they look for is the legs. Why? Well, all this weight is being held up on 4 little sticks, so it's important to make sure that we're distributing the weight evenly. So we talk about conformation from the front and side and back angles. So you'll see in your handouts this week, we've done the leg ones for you. We've done the knees and the hocks, but there's actually conformation all throughout our horse's body to consider. We're going to start with the legs. Firstly, we want to make sure our horse is standing on level ground that's fairly even, and he's standing square. So Stoli's pretty square, so we'll start with this. So that we call it our plumb line. The best way to test it is with a string with a washer tied to it, but it's easy to just draw a line, and this should come through the middle of their leg to the back of their heel. That's one of our lines we're looking for. We want to make sure he's not over at the knee or his knee isn't behind at the knee. So that's one of the angles we're looking for. And same thing behind. We also want to be able to come behind our horse, obviously with a horse we trust, not standing right in an unsafe spot. And you want to come right behind, and you want to have a straight line down the back of their legs to the middle of their heels. And same thing up front with their front feet. How Stoli's positioned, we won't be able to see his fronts that well, but we want to see, is he toed in? Is he toed out? All of these things change how he moves and changes how the tendons and ligaments are worn. Then we'll come around and we can look at, and there are a lot more in-depth things to look at, but this is just our starting point view. We want to look at things like his body. So you actually want the same distance from poll to wither as wither to tail. So Stoli's pretty even. If you have a horse with an exceptionally long neck or an exceptionally short neck or a really long or short body, that can change the way that they travel as well and affect their overall movement and performance scores, as well as the soundness of their back. Horses' backs are so important because if they get weak, they can actually end up not being able to carry a rider. Think we're putting all our weight right here. It's like a long piggyback that doesn't end for over an hour. So we want to make sure that we're setting our horses up, or we're purchasing horses that are set up to carry us and support us. The other thing we want to look at for conformation is we want a well-sprung rib. So that's from back here. You want to have a full fist in here. That means there's lots of room for him and his organs and his body to move. We want to look at the shape of his shoulders. We want to make sure everything's nice, straight, and symmetrical. So those are our basic conformation things that we're looking for.